I'm pleased to be joined today by Darcy Wildeman. Darcy, you're the president of the local Kinsman Club, and we're talking Telemiracle today. Thank you for joining us.
Thank you for having me.
Now, this is going to be a little bit strange year for you because even though Telemiracle's on, you're not really directly involved in the production this year.
Right, this year it's quite a change for us actually. over the past 7-8 years, I've been directly involved on the Telemiracle committee itself, and prior to that, we always went and volunteered as members of the local club, and this year we're unable to even attend the show. So for my wife Leanne and myself, we're going to do something we haven't done in a while and sit down and actually watch part of the show. So it's quite exciting for us that way as well. So
well, and let's talk about the Telemiracle event itself because you've had so much experience and exposure to it. What's it like actually being there?
It's amazing. It's so hard to put into words when you have 600 volunteers from across Saskatchewan working for the same common goal, and the mood. You go down into the common room downstairs, and there's 100 people sitting there, and it's so hard to put into words the emotions, the highs, the lows, the whole experience is just amazing. Like it's something that I'll never forget as a member for sure.
Well, and we were talking earlier, even anybody who's grown up in Saskatchewan, because this is for 44 years now, this event, has a memory of Telemiracle, either going to sit and watch it with your friends or doing a fundraiser or watching it at home, you know, as a teenager and trying to stay up and watch it all night. So
exactly,
it's ingrained into Saskatchewan history. And are you amazed that it's continued this long?
Yes, we've actually, it's funny, when it first started 44 years ago, one of the Lloyd members, or I guess Dr. Fred Murray, was very involved in the first committee. And they never ever dreamed it would make a second show, and they never ever dreamed it would make $1 million the first show. Here we are 44 years later, setting world records and still going strong, raising $5 million, $7 million every year. It just amazes me, the people of Saskatchewan, how they keep this going. And from a club member, we appreciate it.
Well, and that's a testament to the Kinsmen and Kinettes too, because as you said, it does take a lot of volunteer time to put this on, and it's not just the process of the actual event, then it's giving the money after as well. So volunteers have to be hugely important to Telemiracle and to your organization as well.
For sure they are, yes. The Telemiracle show process itself is 1.5 years in the planning. So the Telemiracle 45 committee is already built,
right,
and already working
for the next one.
For the next one. So it's about a half a year overlay where they build onto the next year's process. And after that, there's a dedicated group of volunteers across Saskatchewan that sit on the foundation board, which meet every 5 to 6 weeks, and that's how the giving process goes. And
you've been involved in the giving process, Darcy. That must be something that, I mean, so many people apply and you guys have to sit and weed through it, but it must be really, really rewarding.
The giving process is unbelievably rewarding. It's sad to read through the applications and see that many people need funding, but it's also very rewarding being part of the process that can actually fund that money. It's you get individuals that are looking for a $35 handrail, like I mentioned, and you wonder, boy, we look at it as you and I would walk down to the local hardware store and purchase a handrail for $35 and think nothing of it. And then you get the next individual looking for a scooter, and it's quite the process, but very rewarding when you can...
And life-changing for some of these people.
Oh, yes. The one application I did, when you get the opportunity to phone the lady back and say, your scooter's been granted to you, and you hear dead silence on the other end of the phone because they're so emotional that they're no longer housebound after being housebound for 18 months, not being able to leave their house. It's an unbelievable feeling.
And the Lloydminster Kinsman Club will be making a presentation on Telemiracle. Do you know what time that's going to happen this year?
Yes, we're making our presentation, or I should say the members that are going are making their presentation at approximately just after 10 o'clock Lloydminster time.
On Saturday evening?
On Saturday evening, yeah. So that's just after 11 Saskatchewan time.
Right, the time change weekend kind of messes things up.
Yeah,
but
it's hard to get your bearings straightened around, but it is just after 10 Lloyd time, Saturday night.
Great, and we'll be televising that so people get a chance to watch and make a donation. Obviously, that's the biggest part, is encouraging people to make, and I know that some people say, well, I can't do a large donation, but it's just as important to make the small ones because they all add up.
For sure, yes. Anything anything makes a difference. You might think that $5 or $10 that doesn't make a difference, but if it's 100 individuals doing that, it all adds up. The pennies add up, the dimes add up,
Right.
it all adds up. So all we ask is reach into your pocket and do what you can do. Make a donation of what you feel comfortable doing, because as obviously we don't want to put yourself in a financial trouble. So
But it helps so many people that every little bit counts.
yes, every little bit does count indeed.
Okay, well, Darcy, thank you for joining us today. I know it's going to be different for you having to watch the show this year.
It will be.
But I'm sure you'll be back again at some point to
Yes,
help out.
oh, for sure indeed, yes. Yeah,
Thank you,
yes.
and congratulations. The Kinsmen and Kinettes have done such good work, not only in this community, but with Telemiracle. So it's an honor to have you on the show today.
Awesome, well thank you very much. It's an honor to be here.
Thank you.